Clippers have their very sharp City Edition uniforms. Ball is up. The game is on.
That the Clips have established themselves early in this first quarter.
They do have a good bench, which is why the second quarter is a high one for them. Morris connects on the mid-range shot. He said he felt good. He said he played a good ball game by his standards, which is a good thing, all things considered, missing 4 weeks of play. Well, Pistons fell behind 14-0 to the Bucks in their last game out. Bledsoe, a great look at a three. It is in the air. It's back-to-back triples, and that has to boost his confidence.
You know, offenses open up. Speaking of which, the rim and the seas have parted for Eric Bledsoe early, but to put a cap on Jeremy Grant, to be in a situation where he's the main offensive threat, his whole game is able to be put on display.
By the way, Bledsoe with a hat trick. That's Cade Cunningham, the #1 overall pick, knocks it down. Clippers lead by 7. And Eric Bledsoe has 9 of the 11 for the Clippers. This time he's on the prowl at the foul line. And it is all systems go for Eric Bledsoe. He's made all 4 of his shots, and the Clippers lead 13-4. George picked up by Bay. Goes between the legs repeatedly. Plenty of time on the clock midway through this first quarter. George only taken 2 shots thus far. This will be his 3rd. And it's his first make. And the Clippers now lead 19-10. Clippers by 9. George muscling his way. Spoon feeds Zoo. Look out below. Dangles above the carnage. And the Clippers lead 21-10. And a turnover and a 2-on-0. They feed it back to Trey Lyles, and he flushes it in.
Well, so it's kind of similar in the sense that Hartenstein does a lot of things that Zoo does, like set that pick and get Reggie open. It has activity while Serge can kind of be the screen setter out front, three-point shooter. Oh,
nice play inside from Joseph to Diallo.
He was excited when she won it, but then the realization, like, I bought the ticket. I'm getting half of this. Bruh, that's what we do. He went to what you expect.
Frank Jackson rips the cords on a 3 to cut the lead down to 9. That certainly Clippers have with him on the roster. Missed there by the Pistons. Clippers out in front by 10.
Oh, beautiful. Right on cue. Right on cue. And see, most of the time, too.
Serge, oh, nice feed to Man, who punches it in with the right hand. Kennard feeds in the corner to Man. A catch and shoots 3 is good for Terrence Mann. The Clippers have 6 first half threes.
And that play was set up by the pick and hard roll of Hartenstein that time down the lane that opened it up for Terrence Mann.
Nice lob pass in from Hartenstein. Morris surrounded by defenders, splits him and lays it in.
Well, that's just good patience. Morris that time double team, but how about the soft hand and pass Hartenstein over the top?
Pistons have the ball. Bay straight away looking for Cunningham. Good defense there by Reggie Jackson. Late in the clock for Grant. Good contest by Senior, but Grant knocks it down. His first made shot, now just 1 for 8. They've led the entire way. George tailgated by Joseph. Lobs it at the rim to Zoo. And we have a liftoff in downtown Los Angeles. Back out to Bay for 3. Strong. Morris has George leaking out. Make us proud. Punching it in with the right hand.
Now let this play kind of go through.
Joseph for 3. It's good. Corey Joseph just 26% on the year. Knocks down the triple, 56-37.
Well, and the guard went up to him and said, you got to shoot. Ben said no. Later on, he said, listen, my job is to rebound, set screens, and play defense. That's how I'm going to make my money in this league. And his self-awareness like that of Paul George, knowing when he can score, when to pull back, is a dynamic you get when you're comfortable with who you are.
Say they'll take the lead into the locker room. The question will be by how much? Reggie in the corner to Man, gonna have to do something. Rises for the long 2. It is good with 1/10 of a second remaining here in the first half. That will do it. Terrence Mann, 11 first half points. Jackson calls his own number, dives down the lane. Oh, bounces around the orange iron and then tapped up and in successfully by Zoo.
Well, I go back to that last defensive play. Reggie Jackson fighting over the screen, getting back, and then E. Bled contesting the shot. That's the kind kind of body language you're going to see coming out of the halftime, even though you have a big lead.
Grant struggled in that first half, skips it in the corner to Joseph for three. His second. I mentioned this earlier, just 26% on the year from above the arc. Cunningham uses the screen by Stewart, dumps it into him. What a clever pass by the rookie, and Stewart lays it in.
And see, this is why I said Cade Cunningham is going to be just fine. His ability to create and see the court, get the benefit of the doubt on the ball like that.
Clever pass by Joseph. Grant in the corner for three. It's good. His second bucket for Jeremy Grant. Now 2 for 11. Pistons down 70-48.
And Clippers done a great job of making Jeremy Grant a little bit uncomfortable. And speaking of which, the Clipper offense is making the Detroit defense very uncomfortable when they try to switch some things up, able to recognize it. And
when he has a double-double this season, Bledsoe gets to the free throw line, draws. Oh my goodness! He was looking for the contact. Maybe a year ago the whistle would have been blown. I'm glad they have eliminated that. He makes the tough shot nevertheless. 15 for Bled. And keeps them in all the games. Swing pass from Bledsoe to Jackson. The three. It's good. 8 threes for the Clippers. Timeout Pistons. 77-48. 6:24 to play in the third. George just saunters down the right side of the lane, takes his time, pecks it off the glass, and it goes.
But Paul George has perfected, still in the basketball, is one thing he's perfected, but that elongated Euro step.
George from the sweet spot the other night, same result. 82-56, timeout Pistons, 2:30 to play in the third. Paul George with a dozen, and the Clippers celebrating on the sidelines. Hopefully, we have seen the last of Paul George, who has logged 29 minutes already before he had a mountain of minutes here in the month of November. Man, inside a graceful glide and a finger rolls at home. Terrence Mann now with 13.
No matter how hard you play, what happens, it just doesn't work out. I've been there, so I feel for these young men.
Kennard,
other than tonight. Or this afternoon.
Frees himself and knocks it in. Luke Kennard with his second basket. Diallo playing with all the energy here. Looks to lose ball once again. Clippers lead 89-64. Josh Jackson for three.
Josh back at home.
The soda machine, right?
Right.
Ha! I just tricked you right there. In the Midwest, it's called pop.
Soda pop.
Not soda.
Soda pop.
No, pop. I just tricked you right now.
You said, did I get a soda from the soda
because
machine?
Because I tricked you. A true Midwesterner would say it's pop, Brian.
That's true.
I won.
You won the argument, but not the case that it's still in the Midwest.
So Terrence Mann, meanwhile, by the way, we'll go to the free throw line, counted at a foul. Yes, it's true. The Clippers are undefeated in franchise history when the wave breaks out in the fourth quarter. Cade Cunningham rides the tide, however, the other side and flushes it in. And Ty Lue says, let's talk. 94-76 Clippers. 5:28 to play in the game. For the Clippers trying to put the finishing touches on this Piston team. Kennard, they have to do something. Gets downhill, lobs it up. Hartenstein with the flush.
Have those things come in place later in the game.
Cunningham to Garza, a couple of rookies connecting inside. It's 96-79. It's not a pretty finish here for the Clippers after losing last week in the French Quarter. Jackson for three. And that is the candles on the cake for the Clippers. 21 for Reggie. Jackson comes away with the turnover. Man with Hartenstein riding shotgun. The lob, the flush. 107-90. And the Clippers closing with crescendo here at Staples. The Clippers are going to win this one. 107-96. Kind of a sloppy second half, but they hold on for the win and improve to 11-8. They get back into the win column.